What would you think if I told you that the thing that most elderly people fear more than death itself isn't actually that bad? The single largest issue confronting older individuals today will be revealed in the next 15 minutes, along with 6 scientifically supported tactics that will help you preserve your freedom and dignity for years to come. Additionally, I'll share the startling discovery from a 20-year Harvard research that fundamentally altered physicians' perspectives on successful aging. At 72, Phoenix resident Beverly believed she had everything under control. Then, one morning, she realized she hadn't spoken to anyone in 3 days, required assistance getting dressed, and was unable to open her medication container. It dawned on her then, not dying is the most difficult aspect of growing older. It's feeling invisible and losing your independence.
First, develop your physical fortitude before you need it. Why do some 80-year-olds have trouble climbing stairs while others run marathons? The cause of the age-related decrease of muscular mass and strength that affects everyone over 60 is called sarcopenia. According to research from Johns Hopkins School of Medicine, if we do nothing, we lose about 3% of our muscle mass annually after the age of 60. It's not just about appearances. It's about preserving the fortitude to live on one's own. Muscle loss, according to Johns Hopkins geriatrician Dr. Jeremy Walston, is the best indicator of an individual's ability to remain independent as they age. Ignoring this fact has dire and immediate repercussions. At the age of 68, Charles from Denver realized something needed to change when he began to notice that he needed 2 hands to lift his coffee cup.
His physician cautioned him that if nothing was done, he would probably require help with everyday tasks in 2 years. Charles began by performing basic wall push-ups, walking up and down his stairs for an additional period of time each day, and performing modified squats while gripping a strong chair. After 6 months, he was able to carry his own groceries once more and felt comfortable going upstairs. This change occurred as a result of his emphasis on functional movements, exercises that are immediately applicable to everyday tasks like standing up from a chair, reaching for objects on high shelves, and walking with balance. The answer is shockingly easy and doesn't need costly equipment or a gym membership. Start with workouts you can perform in your living room using body weight. Stand arm's length away from a wall and push against it for 10 repetitions to perform wall push-ups. Try standing up without using your hands while seated in a chair. This one workout simultaneously develops your legs, core, and balance. Get up on your toes and hold on to your kitchen counter. Then, to increase stability and strengthen your calves, drop gradually. Your strength and confidence will significantly increase with these workouts, which take less than 10 minutes every day. Years of muscle loss in older persons can be reversed with even modest strength training, according to research published in the American Geriatric Society Journal. You risk losing your freedom every day you put off developing physical resilience. You won't have your muscles tomorrow when you really need them if you don't use them today. Avoid waiting until you're having trouble getting out of bed. Now, while you can, begin to develop your store of strength. The second tactic is to provide a social safety net. Did you realize that smoking 15 cigarettes a day is not as deadly as loneliness? This is not hyperbole. The medical community was taken aback by this Harvard Chan School of Public Health discovery. The previous U.S. Surgeon General, Dr. Vivek Murthy, proclaimed loneliness a public health crisis after research revealed that it raises the risk of dying young by 26%. Social isolation alters your immune system and brain chemistry in addition to making you feel depressed. Our bodies create more stress hormones and inflammatory chemicals, which hasten aging and illness when we don't have significant social ties. The study is unambiguous. Seniors who have strong social bonds tend to live longer and in better health because humans are designed for connection. Nancy from Miami imagined a nice and tranquil retirement. However, she felt forgotten and invisible after 6 months of hardly talking to anyone. Her vitality waned. She observed her memory deteriorating and lost interest in things she used to appreciate. When she began helping twice a week at the local animal shelter, everything changed. All of a sudden, she had a place to be, people who relied on her, and an excuse to get out of bed and go. The simple act of showing up for others gave her life meaning again and linked her with like-minded people who became genuine friends. It's not necessary to be the light of the party or make dozens of acquaintances in order to build your social safety net. Choose one or two activities where you frequently engage with the same individuals to concentrate on quality rather than quantity. Take a lesson at your community center, volunteer at a food bank, go to religious services, or join a reading club at your local library. Consistency is crucial. Appearing time and time again at the same location where people anticipate seeing you. Without the stress of forced socialization, this produces opportunity for connections to grow naturally. Volunteering improves life happiness and fosters a feeling of purpose that guards against depression and cognitive decline, according to research from the University of Michigan. Your ability to stay involved with the world and keep your mind active depends on your social ties. Your emotional fortitude and cognitive abilities deteriorate with each week you spend alone. Avoid waiting for someone to get in touch with you. Make the first move and establish relationships that will help you get over the difficulties that lie ahead. The third strategy is to become proficient at asking for assistance. What distinguishes receiving assistance from being powerless? Control makes a difference. Asking for assistance before you are in dire need preserves your dignity and gives you a say in how it is delivered. The largest error elders make, according to geriatric specialists at the Mayo Clinic, is to wait until a crisis compels them to accept assistance on someone else's terms. Seniors who actively seek help maintain greater mental health and independence for longer than those who struggle alone until they have no choice, according to UCLA geriatrician Dr. Catherine McLaren. Many older folks avoid getting the help they need to avoid major issues because they are afraid of being perceived as weak or bothersome. This kind of thinking frequently results in risky circumstances that could have been easily prevented with prompt support. Before a minor leak in his roof turned into a big issue because he wouldn't ask for assistance, Thomas from Seattle was a fiercely independent person. His ceiling was destroyed by water damage and required thousands of dollars to fix by the time he called his neighbor. After this costly lesson, Thomas learned to routinely ask for minor favors, such as transportation to appointments in inclement weather, aid reaching items on high shelves, or assistance carrying large objects. He found that because it made them feel important and productive, individuals truly enjoyed being asked. Now his neighbors instinctively check in on him, forming a loose network of support that keeps everyone safer and closer. It takes effort to become proficient at asking for help before you find yourself in dire need of it. Begin by making modest, targeted requests of members of your normal social circles, family, neighbors, or pals from local organizations. Try using expressions like, "Could you help me with this when you have a moment?" Or, "Would you mind giving me a hand with this?" You'll notice that asking for assistance frequently improves, rather than detracts from relationships, by providing others with a chance to feel appreciated and helpful. Maintain a record of those who have previously offered assistance, including their phone numbers and the tasks they have offered to perform. The obstacle of not knowing who to call for help is eliminated as a result. Seniors who properly ask for assistance maintain greater levels of life satisfaction and self-esteem than those who either refuse all assistance or become too dependent, according to research published in Psychology and Aging. Your safety and well-being shouldn't be sacrificed for your pride. You run the danger of being hurt or becoming exhausted every day you struggle with something that others could do with ease. Today, practice asking for assistance with a little task. When you truly need to ask, it will be easy. The fourth tactic is to be flexible and mentally sharp. Is it possible to teach an elderly dog new skills? Yes, without a doubt. And one of your biggest advantages for aging well is your brain's capacity to learn and change throughout time. Research from the National Institute on Aging has transformed our knowledge of brain plasticity by demonstrating that people can develop new neural connections and brain cells long into their 90s. According to Cleveland Clinic physician Dr. Michael Royan, the brain functions similarly to a muscle. It gets stronger and more resilient the more you test it with novel situations. If you continue to actively engage your brain with new learning situations, cognitive decline is not inevitable. The secret is to routinely push yourself just a little bit beyond your comfort zone in order to form new brain connections that guard against age-related mental deterioration. At 75 years old, Linda from Atlanta was terrified of technology until her granddaughter persuaded her to try video calling. She discovered a whole new world when she learned how to operate the computer, browse the internet, and communicate with relatives across the nation. In addition to keeping her mind active, the mental challenge of learning new technology helped her feel less alone when she was unable to travel. Seniors who embrace technology and keep learning new skills report higher levels of life satisfaction and better cognitive function than those who oppose change, according to studies. Making a commitment to pick up a new skill every 3 months is the answer. Selecting tasks that truly pique your interest as opposed to feeling pressured to become an expert at everything. Think about picking up a musical instrument, learning a new language online, painting or crafting, or taking online or library classes to learn about subjects that have always captivated you. Stepping outside of your comfort zone and using areas of your brain that haven't been used recently is crucial. Learning difficult new abilities that demand constant mental work has been shown to have more cognitive benefits than passive pursuits like watching television or solving easy puzzles, according to research from the University of Texas. Instead of just killing time, pick hobbies that make you think, solve problems, and retain new information. If you don't consistently employ your valuable resources, mental flexibility and learning ability, you'll lose them. Your brain gets less resilient and adaptive the more months you spend doing the same old habitual activities. Try something new today to push your thinking. The mental workout of today determines the cognitive health of tomorrow. The fifth strategy is to take charge of your living space. How many elderly people fall due to something that may have been prevented? Every year, 1 in 4 Americans 65 and older fall, according to the Centers for Disease Control and Prevention. Additionally, a large number of these falls occur at home as a result of easily avoidable risks. According to Dr. Elizabeth Ekstrom, a geriatrician at Oregon Health and Science University, most senior home-related injuries can be totally prevented with minor environmental changes. Falls are more than just unpleasant. They frequently set off a series of issues that result in further physical deterioration, such as diminished exercise, loss of confidence, and dread of future falls. The sad truth is that a lot of elderly people end up as captives in their own houses, unable to move freely due to the fact that their living area has turned into a dangerous minefield. James from Ohio took action following a near miss with a loose bathroom rug to avoid a serious fall. He discovered that the edges of a few rugs were curled during his monthly safety inspection. There were no grab bars in the lavatory, and the halls were gloomy because of burned-out light bulbs. He replaced all of the dull light bulbs with brighter LED ones, added grab bars to the shower and next to the toilet, and anchored all of the carpets with non-slip backing. These small adjustments, which cost less than $200, may have saved him from suffering injuries that may have cost thousands of dollars and jeopardized his independence. Knowing that his surroundings were secure gave him a great deal of confidence to move about his house. Do a monthly home safety inspection to take charge, systematically inspecting every room to find and address risks before they become issues. Secure loose rugs or remove them. Make sure there are strong handrails on every stairway. Install enough illumination in every space you use frequently, and keep clutter, electrical cords, and potentially tripping hazardous furniture out of the path of traffic. Items that are often used should be placed at waist height to prevent excessive reaching or bending. Additionally, even if you don't now believe you need grab bars, think about placing them in bathrooms. Each room should have a torch in case the power goes out. Always have your phone close to hand at all times. The National Institute on Aging offers comprehensive home safety checklists that can direct your monthly checks and assist you in spotting potential dangers. Instead of being a hazardous obstacle course that jeopardizes your liberty and safety, your house ought to be your haven.
Every risk you overlook now raises the possibility of an accident tomorrow that could irrevocably alter your life. Take a new look around your house today. Recognize threats and address them before they affect you. The sixth tactic is to stay focused on your goals. When you no longer feel needed, what happens? Seniors with a feeling of purpose can live up to 7 years longer than those who believe their useful days are over. According to research from the Stanford Center on Longevity, having a reason to get up every morning offers powerful protection against depression, cognitive decline, and physical deterioration, says Dr. Victor Strecher, a public health researcher at the University of Michigan. Grandiose is not necessary for purpose. It simply means having the sense that something or someone outside of yourself cares about what you do.
Seniors often experience quick deterioration in their physical and mental health that appear out of proportion to their actual limitations when they lose their sense of purpose, which usually happens after retirement or when health constraints limit their activities. After retiring from teaching and feeling useless, Susan from Texas found new meaning in her life when she began mentoring young mothers at her church. Her expertise, gained from decades of managing a classroom and raising children, was much needed and valued by younger women. Susan had a cause to be active, healthy, and hopeful about the future by sharing her expertise and offering emotional support to mothers who were having difficulties. She developed some of the most significant connections of her life through mentoring, demonstrating that purpose frequently arises when we apply our accumulated experience to assist others in overcoming obstacles we have already conquered. Discovering your purpose in later life frequently entails recognizing the experiences, information, and abilities you've gathered over the years and figuring out how to impart them to those who can gain from them. Think about the lessons you've learned from your work, parenting, interests, or life experiences that could benefit someone going through comparable difficulties. There are many worthwhile ways to get involved, including volunteering, informal mentorship, passing on skills to younger generations, and supporting local organizations. Instead of just keeping yourself occupied with things that don't appeal to your heart or mind, the secret is to find something that truly matters to you. Staying busy is not as crucial as engaging in meaningful activities, according to research published in Psychology Science. More important than the actual activities you take is the meaning you give them. Only if you actively share your acquired knowledge and expertise with others, as these are invaluable resources that the world needs. Every day you feel worthless is a day that you fail to use your special talents, while others face challenges that you could help them with. Today, find a way to make a difference for someone. It is essential to your longevity and sense of purpose. Recall that bodily changes are not the most difficult aspect of aging. By developing physical resilience, forming social relationships, knowing how to ask for help, keeping your mind engaged, protecting your surroundings, and finding meaning in life, you may preserve your independence and sense of value. You're thriving, not just getting by. You have the ability to make decisions that will affect how you age every single day. Your greatest years can still be ahead of you. You don't have to become invisible or helpless. Give this video a thumbs up if it gave you a fresh perspective on aging so that other seniors can discover these techniques. Which of these 6 tactics will you begin with? Let me know in the comments. I read each and every comment. Additionally, if you know another senior who is having trouble being independent, show them this movie. Hope and workable answers are sometimes the finest gifts we can give.